Hello, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy, and I'm doing Course in Miracles Lesson 12. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. The importance of this idea lies in the fact that this idea contains a correction for a major perceptual distortion. This lesson, I'll say it again, contains a correction for a major perceptual distortion. Which means you think that what upsets you is a frightening world, don't you? You think that what upsets you is a sad world or a violent world. You think that what's upsetting you is an insane world. Actually, all these attributes are given the world by you. The world is actually meaningless in itself. These exercises are done with eyes open. Look around you. This time look around you quite slowly. Try to pace yourself so that the slow shifting of your glance from one thing to another involves a fairly constant time interval. Don't allow the time of this shift to become markedly longer or shorter, but try instead to keep a measured, even tempo throughout. What you see doesn't matter. What you see doesn't matter. You teach yourself that what you see doesn't matter as you give whatever your glance rests on equal attention and equal time. This is a beginning step in learning to give everything all equal value. As you look about yourself, say to yourself as you look around yourself, I think I see a fearful world. I think I see a dangerous world. I think I see a hostile world. I think I see a sad world. I think I see a wicked world. I think I see a crazy world. And so on. In other words, just use whatever descriptive terms happen to occur to you. If terms which seem positive rather than negative occur to you, include your positive terms. For example, you might think of a good world, or you might think of a satisfying world. If such terms occur to you, use the satisfying world or the satisfying positive terms along with the rest. You may not yet understand why these so-called nice adjectives belong in these exercises, but remember that a good world implies a bad one, and a satisfying world implies an unsatisfying one. All terms which cross your mind are suitable subjects for today's exercises. All the thoughts that cross your mind are suitable subjects for today's exercises. Their seeming quality doesn't matter. Be sure that you do not alter the time intervals between applying today's idea to what you think is pleasant and what you think is unpleasant. For the purposes of these exercises, there is no difference between what you think is pleasant or unpleasant. At the end of the practice period, add, but I think I'm upset about all this stuff that I just thought about, but I'm upset because I see a meaningless world. What is meaningless is neither good nor bad. Why then should a meaningless world upset you? If you could accept the world as meaningless and let the truth be written upon the world for you, the world would make you indescribably happy. If you could accept the world as meaningless and then let the truth be written upon the world for you, it would make you indescribably happy. But because the world is meaningless, you are impelled to write upon the world what you would have the world be. And it is what you would have the world be, is what you are seeing in the world. It is this that is meaningless in truth. Beneath your words is written the word of God. Beneath your words is written the word of God. The truth upsets you now. But when your words have been erased, you will see God's words. That is the ultimate purpose of these exercises, is to have your ego erased so that you could see what love says. 3 or 4 times is enough for practicing the idea for today. Nor should the practice periods exceed a minute. You may find even this is too long. Terminate the exercises whenever you experience a sense of strain. So the idea for today is, I am upset because I see a meaningless world. So let's say that. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. You are upset because you see a meaningless world. You are upset because you see a meaningless world. You are upset because you see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. You are upset because you see a meaningless world. You are upset because you see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. You are afraid because you see a meaningless world. You are afraid because you see a meaningless world. You are what? Because you see a meaningless world. You are angry because you see a meaningless world. You are angry because you see a meaningless world. You are depressed because you see a meaningless world. You are depressed because you see a meaningless world. You are happy because you see a meaningless world. You are satisfied because you see a meaningless world. You are joyous because you see a meaningless world. You are sad because you see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. Mighty companion, this is Earl Purdy. Check out my website at www.earlpurdy.com and let peace extend from my mind to yours.